It hasn't arrived on the president's desk, but CBS News Chicago is learning President Trump has drafted an executive order to begin to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education.
He would be fulfilling a campaign promise by putting the wheels in motion, but as our Sabrina Franza explains, he can't do it alone.
The U.S. Department of Education has been controversial since it began under the Carter administration. Getting rid of it has long been a goal for Republicans.
When President Reagan ran in 1979 and 1980 for president, he ran on the promise of dismantling the Department of Education.
It cannot be dissolved, though, without congressional approval and 60 votes in the Senate.
That is never going to happen. And so it's sort of a bunch of rhetoric. It's gaslighting.
Arne Duncan, the former United States Secretary of Education and former CEO of Chicago Public Schools.
If his goal is to move education back to the states, I can just say congratulations, President Trump, President Musk. Mission accomplished, because it's already there. It's been there.
The U.S. Department of Education does not decide curriculum, set school policies, or teachers' salaries. The department is responsible for distributing federal financial aid, for enforcing non-discrimination policies, and oversees certain grant funding to schools. In all, it funds less than 10% of the country's public school funding. During this current fiscal year, Chicago Public Schools received about 16% of its revenue from the federal government, a number that includes COVID relief money that's set to end at the end of this year.
Right now, it's not clear if the services provided by the Department of Education would be completely dissolved or moved.
That's correct. Most of the proposals that we've seen floated have talked about moving functions around. And one reason for that is that a lot of these functions are actually mandated by Congress, that the federal government do them. And so you would need Congress to agree, we're not going to do this anymore.
Now, the White House has said the order would not be signed today, but did not dispute the order was not headed to the president's desk. Joe, Erica.
Just to be clear here, Sabrina, dismantling it is one thing. Doing away with it would take an act of Congress, correct?
That is correct. It would take Congress and then 60 votes in the Senate, which is something that a lot of experts are saying would be a hurdle maybe too large for the president and his supporters to climb.
All right. Thanks very much.